All right, survivors, I took some time to piece all of this together, and today we're gonna go over everything. And listen, this might be an unpopular opinion, but I don't just follow the bandwagon. Everyone's out here ranting, but there's more to this story than just an outrage. So let's talk about it. The good, the bad, and the straight up messy behind ARK Aquatica. Hey survivors, it's your girl Angelic Vixen coming at you with another no fluff ARK news update. So, ARK Aquatica just shook the entire community and the reactions have been very, very spicy. Some are calling this an exciting new addition. Others think that this is another cash grab by Snail Games, and some are just flat out confused on what the hell is even happening. But here's something interesting that I noticed. Look at this on the Steam page. This is a very interesting sentence that it says. Aquatica is the first official DLC to tell a side story, expanding the ARK universe into new dimensions of survival. You heard that right. This is not a one-time thing. I don't see it that way based on that sentence alone. It looks like Snail is actually expanding ARK into an entirely new direction. What do you think about that? Because I find that sentence very interesting. So I've been sitting here, looking at all of this, like what would cause a company to make these kind of moves, right? So I was, looking at everything and something dawned on me because I remember seeing on the Steam rankings that ARK Survival Evolved was almost always above and ahead ARK Survival Ascended. So look at this from today, right before I made the video. ARK Survival Evolved is currently ranked 59. ARK Survival Ascended is ranked 68. So ASE is literally ranking higher than ASA. Think about that. No official servers, no help, no updates. Still busier than ASA. Like, players are still sticking with ASE in huge numbers. People have actually commented on recent videos that I did, and they said, I left ASA and went back to ASE. So you have to think, Snail Games likes money, and this is a business, right? So why wouldn't Snail try to capitalize on that massive player base? I really think there's something to this. I don't know if this is the only reason. It's probably not the only reason, but this is definitely something they must be considering because from a business standpoint, right? Whether you love or hate Snail Games, it makes sense from a business standpoint that you have an entire player base that you're not capitalizing on, no money being made. I can see them going after the player base. I can see them adding in new content. I can see why, from a business standpoint, that might make sense because you're not making any money off all of those players. Think about that. That is so wild. I want to give a huge shout out to Jax Romero over on Twitch. She was able to get some great footage about ARK Aquatica that they shared at GDC, but there's something specific that I want you to hear that Matt Cole shared. So listen to this part right now because we got confirmation, again, not just from the Steam page, that this is just the beginning.
It is as a celebration of the last decade. It is going to come to ASE exclusively to start, and it celebrates where we came from and where we're going to go in the future.
So they are absolutely giving us a confirmation that this is just the beginning of this type of expansion, this type of basically spin-off of ARK. They said it on the Steam page, and he literally said it on stage when he was giving his presentation. So what do you think about all of this? Do you think it's because more players are still investing their time and energy in ASE and they want to capitalize on that player base and actually, make money off of them because they're not making money off of them? You bought the game, you continue to play, you have your own server from the multiple different places that you can get ARK servers for ASE. This is huge. Do you think that it's a factor? Do you think that the fact that ASE continues to rank higher than ASA, that maybe these changes are because of that, or at least that has something to do with it? I would love to hear, your thoughts and opinions in the comments. All right, I know most people are stuck on the negatives, and I get it. It's valid. There are a lot of issues with the way this is being handled, but there are still positives. Yes, I know that's probably an unpopular opinion, but yes, there are some positives. The first one being the biggest one. ASE, was dead, and now it's getting new content. The amount of players that still play ARK Survival Evolved, they're finally getting treated better. They're finally getting new content. That's incredible. That is great, honestly, for the ASE players. 17 new creatures. That's unbelievable. 60 plus new engrams and a full underwater expansion. That is something that ASE players, myself included, wanted forever. We asked for it. I remember that was a topic of conversation around the time Ragnarok came out. We were like, we have all these desert biomes. We have all this crazy stuff. Are we ever going to get just like water? They never did it. But now they have. So that is very interesting, right? I mean, that is something new. That is something good. No matter what is bad, that is still good for ASE players who never gave up on the game. I mean, some of the new creatures, the mud puppy, which is a new shoulder pet. That's cute. The monodon, it fires, offensive layers and heals your team. And the Dacosaurus, these are aquatic creatures too. I mean, this is incredible. I think this is a win. You get new recipes, you get an underwater experience for ASE. But Matt Cole literally said it's exclusively for ASE to start. So this is only the beginning. So now let's talk about what has the community really, really unhappy with the whole situation. So we have the AI generated trailer, which, to be honest, is an embarrassment. Why would you not give us literal footage from within the game? That matters more now than ever because of different experiences people have had in the gaming community with other games. Other games that put out this beautiful AI trailer. The production was beautiful, but then when you finally got the game and got to play it, it was horrendous. Gamers want to see real footage from within the game, not an AI-generated trailer. That is not okay. They should not have done that. That was a very big, bad decision. And we have the lore that is changing. Now, we could look at this as it's evolving, side stories, right? Or they're just kind of going off the rails and doing their own thing. What do you think about that? Do you feel like this might add to the story or take away from the original story? I would love to hear your thoughts and opinions. Also, Wildcard wasn't even present at Snail's GDC presentation. That is hella sus. The other thing I want to show you that I noticed, look at all of the different ARK games. It lists Studio Wildcard with Snail Games, not ARK Aquatica. It is solely Snail Games. So something is going on. Something is much deeper than we realize between Wildcard and Snail Games. So what do you think, our community? Do you think that this is just another cash grab? I mean, let's be honest. Snail Games has a history of putting profits over players, and I mean, that's what it looks like. You know, are they just milking ASE for everything that it's worth because they haven't been making any money off it? Could be. You know, and are we going to start seeing more of these paid DLCs? You know, what are they going to do? What do you think is coming? Because it's clear, again, they confirmed it. This is just the beginning. The other thing that I think is not great, that I really feel like it does a number on the community, is to have a limited time support on official servers. Like, what? You forced people off official on ASE. It broke my heart when we lost our official base at the end of ASE official servers. Like, we suffered, we went through something because we had invested such a long period of our life. And now you have made the decision to bring the servers back. That is a win, so to speak, for ASE. But at the same time, it's almost like spitting in the face of the players. Like, well, now we want more money. We want more things from you. So now we're going to give you back servers for a limited time. I don't even feel comfortable with that. Limited time support. Like, what does that even mean? How long is limited? Like, what do they mean by that in a deep way? What do you think about that? As soon as I read it, I was like, you know, I've already suffered with the loss of official servers on ASE. The fact that it says limited time support is definitely a huge, huge red flag. Like, if I was going to play ASE with Aquatica, I would not even attempt to play on an official server for ASE after what they did the first time. I just wouldn't. What about you? What do you think about this? Honestly, what are you feeling about what they're doing with the servers? All right, survivors, I want the final verdict to go to you. What do you think? I would love to hear, you know, what you're feeling about everything that they have done. Now, some of the wins, because again, there are some, you know, new creatures, biomes, gameplay mechanics, you know, basically keeping ASE alive and adding new content. Those are all wins. Bringing back official servers, I mean, it depends on who you ask and who you talk to, because I definitely feel like that is a big, big red flag. You know, some of the really bad stuff that happened, AI trailer, lore issues, monetization concerns, because this definitely feels like a big money grab. And Wildcard is missing from this event. What does that mean? They're not listed. Definitely a major red flag. So survivors, what's your take on this situation? How are you feeling? I'm looking forward to reading your comments below. I can't wait to hear all of your thoughts and opinions. All right, survivors, so that's all I got for you for this no fluff ARK news. I will keep you posted as soon as I hear more. So make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on your notifications so you don't miss the next no fluff ARK news. Until then, survive, thrive, and definitely don't get arked. I'll see you in the next video.